With Mzo and Wayne, it's the Sagas of Couplehood. Real stories, real love, real growth.
You're not my type.
Hey, it depends at what age. It depends at what.
What do
age.
you mean? At any point in your dating career?
But Mel, I need to greet people and introduce.
Okay.
So it's the usual suspects. For those who are watching for the first time, Sagas of Couplehood. We've been running all the time. We've got these topics, sagas in our ekasi, and we talk about these topics all the time. And as usual, it's always DJ Wicked Wayne, Mzo. So as Mzo says, he was asking me, how your type yam now. You see, it has been mentioned to me that when you're not my type, when those days the struggles of life, when you're still trying to make it in life, and you don't want the low hanging fruits, you want that fruit up there. Then they tell you, man, how your type yam. But you remember, I was talking to who I just say to me, and like, there's nothing like type. There's nothing like that. It's only when you're at a certain age in life, this is when you think, this is my type. But when you grow up and get to understand Jolo and the relationship, you discover, no, it's not basically I really have to have a type. But it's all about a connection with a person X.
Okay. But can you just connect with anybody? That's the crux of this matter.
You see, that's a very good question. Why? Because I think we to do justice on this topic, we should find out at which age are we referring to when they mention a type. Because you cannot be a 30-year-old woman and still be talking about a type. You can't.
No, you see, when you start to talk like that, Wayne, you would seem when you like accentuating this desperation of women and age. Yes, we've spoken enough about that. I don't think this is where we need to go. But I'm talking about a situation now that is across board. Let's say for a young person, a young teenage, like maybe it's wrong to say teenagers should be in relationships, but there's that high school sweetheart kind of love. And then where do kids find each other as not having types in there?
No, kids actually are the ones who will prioritize a type.
Okay.
Okay. What is a type? Maybe let's start from there. Maybe we should have used AI. I tried to Google it on AI. AI said, come back later. We don't know what. AI, he knows
But it type icon way. There is. Because there wouldn't be such a thing as you are not my type if ever there's no such thing as a type. Maybe a person is trying to mean that you don't cut it in the category of people whom they are attracted to.
Yeah.
Maybe also maybe the type. Is it type about the looks? Is it about finance, of which we know that finance is one of the biggest things that puts a person in a certain class in the society. So you're trying to say now, or maybe can you find yourself going to Galavant there at Clifton Beach, in all of those exotic beaches there, trying to find to win your luck there with any woman that you find? But now,
what's wrong with Clifton Beach?
There's nothing wrong there, but the class of people that you find around there.
As I was talking to my cousin today, now after you mentioned this, you would find a woman. Oh, okay. I always push back to the women, but you would find a woman who would say, "No, I only drink isotropes." Then maybe you're at a place where there's no isotropes. Then she says, "Okay, Econ Savannah." Okay. Then she drinks the Savannah. Then move second location and there's no Savannah, there's no estropes. Then she says, Nah, it's fine. Even the black man. So you see, you were not initially you had been lured to believe that this is my type because Upoza ice ropers. But you see, this is just it's an illusion. Why? Because move Lomtu from ice ropers went to Savannah now Pussy black. Klaus it later on after a week. Now Upemintam.
The very same person.
The very same person. So when these people might lie to us about E-type. Don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to E-type because you might find umuntu high heel with ice ropers, but days down the line, nangu umuntu epemitsam. So where do we remain now with that type we met the first day? So E-type might misdirect us when we want to look for people in our lives. I think. So E-type, that's why I was saying now. Let's check at the edge we're talking about when we talk about E-type.
Okay.
Because like a matala like me now to keep on saying I want a certain type of woman, I rather look at the character first before I rush into the type.
Okay. But Wayne, before you dodge this whole thing, even in those people that you're saying they've got the characters that you want, but there are certain people that you audition to see if they cut their character is what you want. But you don't just go to every Jill and Jane that you find out there. There's certain types that you get attracted to, and then you tend to find a certain kind of, if say you were to point to your last four girlfriends, you find that there are similarities there in their personality or in their lifestyle or in the way they dress or in the way they conduct themselves, because unconsciously these are the kinds of people. Sometimes you may not be so much aware that you are looking for a type, but you get attracted to a certain kind of people, which is the same. But without you underlining it as a type, but there's a certain caliber of people that you're attracted to.
So attraction and looking for a type, aren't those two different things? You get attracted first. Okay. Then, oh no, I think it's the same thing. You notice a type, then there's attraction. The same. Yes.
Almost that. So the character that you were referring to, cannot easily see, but something must draw your eyes before you come and judge the character.
To actually go to support the effect, to actually support some of the podcasts that we've done before. This thing of wanting a certain type of a person is actually why we have so much rate divorces bar so high. Why? Because we are focusing so much on a type without really focusing on the behavior of the person and the attitude of the person, the person, the being.
Yeah, but you cannot be stuck with a person who doesn't represent. Remember, your partner is an extension of you. So you don't want to misrepresent yourself also out there. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where, Wayne, for example, just to highlight this whole thing, where you meet a group of girls, they are coming to your place, you're having a braai, and then you see these girls, okay, guys, you start now to want to call your friends to come around for backup and maybe to socialize. But when you scroll your phone, you say, Mzo. You look at those women, Mzo is gonna, Mzo is gonna mess this whole thing up. I can't invite Mzo. There's so and so. But there are certain kind of people, certain kind of guys that come to mind for a certain group of girls that will be there. You know what perfect candidate would be suited there. But all those nuances are what we are trying to talk about. that people have preferences. Whether those preferences are justified or not, but they still have preferences.
But I don't know, Mzo, when you keep pushing aside the fact of age also determines somebody's vision when it comes to looking at the type of person they want. Because you remember before we started the shoot, I phoned 2-3 people and I just had a chat with them to give me their own input in terms of what type and what is a type and what type of a man or a woman they prefer. I wish I could actually, I told them to send a VN, but only one send a VN, but it's a bit too long. What I picked up is that, remember Unwavisa, I played VN. She says, I'm a 30-year-old woman. I've got my 2 kids. My kids come first. And, okay, I don't really mind about the type. Now I just want somebody who respect me. You know, this is a version of a 30-year-old woman who's got her 2 kids, of which the kids actually come first when it comes to looking at the type. Probably she doesn't even mind the person's type. She would either prefer somebody who would also take her kids first in their life. So she was trying to portray a fact about she doesn't really mind a person, what type of a person it is. She wants somebody who is there for her. And this is a version of a 30-year-plus old human being.
I want to disagree with this. I'll tell you why. People, grown-up people, they tend to be smart enough to say what is kind and noble to say. They've filtered their words in such a way that, and crafting them in such a way that makes them look like good people out there. We've had situations here where we had Uzaza Nolandika no Domza at some point where you could see blatantly is being defensive. They are portraying a certain kind of what they don't really say. Even what the lady that you're talking about, if she says no, I don't really have a type, that if we were to put her at a test and say, okay, there's a bag. Let's stand here close to Stellenbosch area and look at every Jack and Jill here with cars. You find itrak people that are working, picking up Ilandika. You say, pick at that from those men. And whether you are the kind that doesn't have a type, you will see a different story. Then it type we financial muscle. There are certain people, especially. I think the most prejudicing people are men. Men, when it comes to especially with this kind of thing, a man will just date according to his pocket. It's your limit. Your pocket is your limit in terms of who you can access. Therefore, you are bound by resources, whether your caliber of people is being compressed in a small circle.
We've mentioned this before when it comes to men. Somebody said if men are given an opportunity today, those who are staying with wives or partners, if they're given an opportunity to think twice and be given, you can do away with the woman you have now and get a new one. 90% will say, you know what, I need a new woman. Why? Because the situation that they were in, the time they got this particular woman they have, could be different today, maybe because of what financial muscle today. Financial clock has changed. They now drive probably a better car. They now stay probably a better suburb. And now they feel, this is not my type. I blame men for that.
Exactly.
If you check, Amatota, they will always have a small house. A woman who is rather a bit younger than the wife at home. Why? Because when the money starts popping and the skin starts changing, he feels young. So that woman at home now becomes all of a sudden no longer his type. Now he wants that type.
Exactly. He gets to have avenues because of the power of the financial muscle that he's got.
Then, so there's this chef at my workplace. She's probably 24, Chef Jane. She's a pastry chef. So she always says to me, when your time is over, you're my dollar. Hey, so we wear uniforms and look, when you're my dollar, when don't drive, you're my dollar. So I told myself, no, why should I be calling my dollar all the time? So now I wear my own clothes when I'm going to work. Then when I leave work, I go to the canteen, I change, to the bath, I change, I wear my own clothes. So she saw me the other day now, I'm wearing my own clothes, my cap, my t-shirt. She says, I'll see your type.
There we go.
As from that day, my type. Where's Line Bonanfige, like with my own clothes? Like, shirts, cap, jeans, sneakers, not wearing these overalls. So, also, the outfit plays a role in somebody deciding on what type of type they are appetized by.
Yes. But you do see that the way you look now, you could be a good compliment to that person that is calling you a type. They're like, I can almost envision myself walking alongside with Wayne, holding hands and stuff and all that, those cute stuff. Now, coming to this issue of social class, I don't think we've spoken much about it, where your financial muscle puts you in a certain bracket. Some people are middle class, some people are working professionals and stuff. And now, do these people, must a working professional be dating another working professional of the same caliber, of the same social class and financial class? Can a darker boy there in a construction who's like these guys who are working in the very hard labor be dating a CEO of a woman who's a CEO of maybe Vodacom? Do you see the disparity there?
I once watched a podcast which was talking about something almost similar to what we're talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this guy was saying it's only women that can go and try and fit in any man of any social class. They're now with nothing.
Who? The guy?
Well, the woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see what I posted yesterday? You women with weaves and iPhones, but you're not working. How do you go about this? So you can't afford an iPhone, but you're working.
The
cryptocurrency.
Okay.
And he went on to say, as a man, you know your target market.
Yeah.
You cannot go to a CEO, as you were saying, a woman who's driving a Range Rover with a tire at the back. You can't. You might try your luck, but your senses will tell you, bruh, there is a bit steep. Whereas a woman walking from wherever at Delft, but still feels she has a right to be with a man who is a CEO of a company.
Who, the woman?
Is.
No, but the thing is, let's look at it from the initiator's perspective. Who initiates the move? In both situations, the one who has money is the one who is likely to initiate, because the other one is feeling smaller to make any moves around there because it's not their territory. Maybe if I'm being vague, let me just say, if that woman is a CEO, and then there's a darker boy of Wayne here, Wayne cannot say anything to that woman because of you thinking that she's beyond my reach, she's beyond my class, she's not my type. Until she opens an avenue for you. The one who has money is the one that's gonna open an avenue. So if that guy who's a CEO at some shop at some company guy goes to the township for Chisanyama and sees a girl there who was wearing a gown and flip-flops and start to talk to that guy, it can't be that girl that tries to make a move and say, I like that guy. It's always the scale is always favoring the one who's got resources. If they initiate this thing, then it's likely to work. now you are thwarting it by saying women can date any form of type. But it was the guy who came to the woman.
So already a woman sitting there, she knows herself. She knows her.
I know my worth.
Yes, she knows her worth. Exactly, that's the way they want it. I wonder why, because women come in different shapes. There are certain shapes where you need to look again when you see certain women. And we all know about this type of women. And they know that. Because at the rate of which they are, somebody tries to hit on them. We remember we talked about this, that a woman is hit on about 3 times a day when she's going to a taxi, when she's on lunch. There are certain women who know that. Go to Facebook now. Those women, they just turn around and show the butt, show the breast. They've got about 170,000 followers. She doesn't say anything. She just goes there with a tight dress and she... Check the comments. Every guy's like, Upi, the number yako. Go to an inbox. There are so many guys talking alone there. Aibo. She doesn't even probably have grade 12. But she's 140,000 men who are drooling on her. She's a type for the 140,000 men. If you check those women who post there's nothing. They just show off a butt, turn around, they don't say anything. And these guys say, like, a fire emoji. So they're a type.
Sure. I see. So in a nutshell, what you're trying to push this allude towards is that a type sometimes starts by the looks. So when as a guy, if to fake overall and some gum boots here, and then I'm just busy here in the yard, and maybe a woman may pass there and say, that guy's not my type. And then the other time, if I'm in a suit now, all of a sudden I'm a type.
Exactly. So a type should have something to do with a financial muscle. When we talk of them, I think on both genders.
On both genders.
But don't rule out Mzo age.
Okay.
Age. Why? Because I think when people are at their prime, especially on the women's side, they really need to get a certain type.
Okay.
You cannot just jump in there because the competition is so stiff.
Okay.
From the selection of what she has on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there, she ascertains now, this is my type. This I can't. But now, as you push biological clock, we go back to the biological clock. Now, I remember my grandmother saying to me, if you want a relationship to be fair, date somebody who loves you more than you do. Like, that relationship will be stable. And like, you're always grappa behind her, and she doesn't even give you time. You phone, she's busy. When you send a long paragraph and you just put a smiley. So to know such people.
Or even like we send a very long sentence to
so we see good night, but it's work. In the morning, good night, Han, at it's work. Then tomorrow in the morning, you have been predicting good night.
Good night.
Hello, honey pants. Excellent. Where again?
What the good morning?
Then she just says, just got my hand like, then when you keep on and on, that's not your type, bro. Nah.
Yeah.
That's not it. But lend them a type. We don't usually when we talk here on this podcast, we discuss issues that happen within the society.
In general.
We don't really give advice which people should behave in this manner. So if people think they have got their types, it's fine. Go ahead and get your type. But as we go on with this discussion, I would say, Lenga Bayama type is actually what is causing a divorce today. Why? Because when you look at somebody and you feel that they are your type, it's what you are seeing on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Probably women would say, I want a tall, dark, handsome guy. That's just a tall, dark, handsome guy walking there. But now, there's more to it. Now, when you are with the person, is the character.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe lo muntu uyancila. And even forgets home, or she gets his salary and just blows all of it. And maybe when you think of starting a family with that type of person, he's not a responsible person. We don't know why they tend to be like that, because we don't know how they were brought up. So Lendiama type, if Abantu could just shelve it and look at a person overall from the inside, their character, before you just rush to want a certain type.
So I think then on that note, it may be fair to say that types can change over time.
Why?
Maybe you're no longer interested in the people that you were interested in your 20s. The kind of people that you were interested in your 20s.
Is it type that changes, or it's yourself that, you grow up?
Yes, you outgrow certain kinds of types.
Yeah.
Kind of. So, but now I've seen situations where a woman has a child with a certain guy in their area, but that guy is now a parapara, and now is even you find the woman is even ashamed to say, "There's the baby daddy of my child," because now the guy has downgraded or is no longer. Is ashamed that people are going to say your type is like this and like that. You get me? Okay. So back in the day, there was. I don't want to mention where this was, otherwise people are going to put dot and dot. I used to date this other guy from New Cross and stuff, but now in the America it was quite a bit shaky and stuff, and then broke it off, and then I had another one, a section 4.
Same time?
Not same time. After that other one, at a different time. So things went by. These things didn't last. It was just when we were still young and still at high school. But a few years later, I think about 4 or 5 years later, I'm going to some competition somewhere, see what you go and watch with a friend of mine, choir competitions. Hey, I find those 2 girls. They were drunk. They were
the initial
high.
First girl and the second.
I don't know how they became friends. They were friends. I've just found my friends laughing and saying and pointing at those girls. Like, hey, those girls and. It was an embarrassing situation because the security guys of the event, they came there to pick up those girls to be thrown out. They cannot be, because they are high, they are making noise, they are drunk, and I'm dark, they are not even right at school. You know what I had to do? While abantu be busy behleka phale nje enzwayo bakhutshwa the cutest girls, I'm doing this in the chair.
That so was your time.
So that back and bone, and I'm like, yo, my God. And then think about it. People seeing, no, ex-girlfriend comes all you understand? So people do get to outgrow certain things. Okay, as time goes, you feel like you've elevated your standard. That the people of your previous standard are no longer, if they don't keep up. Now, if you as a guy, you don't keep up your development and bettering yourself, you might not be the type of the people that you used to think you are a type of.
Guys, I should not even laugh at you as Mzo. Why? Because from my own list as well, 3 women have shattered my windows. Wow. Windows. I repair. Then leave that one. Get a new one. Windows.
Yeah.
You leave that one. 3rd one. So I don't know how I was.
You attract toxins.
Yeah. I was attracting these toxic people. I don't know, but now, probably it was not attracting toxic people, but it was how I was tolerating the situations that will arise when I'm with these people. Because now, the me that I am today, I wouldn't allow anybody to get to that level where we have to now. The moment we start raising the voice, then
But what if the problem is you? Now you are saying the problem was the people that got to be toxic and breaking your windows.
Yeah, you could be right. That's why I've said I have actually changed my character as well. I don't get to a point where I have to argue.
Okay.
Yeah. When I see an argument is starting to raise to a point where we have to start arguing, then I have to move myself from that situation quickly. Of which I would tolerate it and try and find a means to get to terms. This is when now people get to the windows because maybe they can't face me directly. Then they think that let's rather do the windows.
Yeah, let me make him pay. I think you almost touch on this point where like you look at it. It's more about you get attracted to this physique, to the person, to what you see with the eyes, and then you pull that person closer, and then you guys start to think, boom, you guys are in a relationship. Now, the type that you saw as your type, and then you went to pursue. Now you are with that person. Now you are seeing flames within the house. Now, can you see that? Okay, can you say now what I saw? Maybe there's a saying that says, what you see is what you get. Maybe what you saw is not what you're getting inside the relationship. Now the person is toxic. Now the person is not what they were projecting themselves to be, which is even worse that way. That you discover that no, this person is not what they were showing themselves to be. There was a situation where I found myself having to ask a person, a prospective girlfriend, whether are you toxic? How do you normally solve situations that you don't like? Because of the past that I've had, I'm trying to avoid repeating the same kind of mistake.
This is where now, you remember in City, I feel we should come up with a situation in Huti. Before you start a relationship with somebody, they should bring a transfer letter.
Yeah.
We need to know what was happening there, where you're coming from. Your ex, uzospalela, this type of a person. But it's coming as well.
But now, in a lot of things, a letter from your previous partner to get both of you must get letters, not only you. Yeah, true. Not when you are deep down. And you remember that woman of mine where I bought my first car with? We were girlfriend and boyfriend. We were loving each other so much that we had to buy a car. Then I had to have. So she couldn't drive. I could drive. So that to be fair, let's have the car in your name so that you also carry something within the car. Then I drive. Satandana, things are fair. We're good. We had a fight the other day. Then she says, "May I please have the keys? This is my car." I go, Johnny, no. Listen, we're ending everything here, but this is my car. Now, how do you now all of a sudden say this is your car? And then she says, because it's in my name. It's my car. I said, Johnny, but we are fighting. I'm not talking like this. What do you mean? This is your car. But, okay, if you go in there and drive the car, I'm going to report it stolen. And I'll go with my papers and report the car stolen. I'm mentioning this because she was my type when we met. She was my type when we bought the car. She was my type when we decided to put the name, registration of the car in her name. She was my type. But now, it turns out now it's no longer the type. When you're deep down in the relationship, you discover, this is not exactly what I was seeing. This is not what I'm getting. Yeah.
Because umuntu tend to be what they're supposed to be. And somebody was saying to me, imali yamchinja umuntu. Then somebody said, no, imali ayimchinji umuntu. Umuntu yena was exactly how they were. It's just that they didn't have the opportunity to show it out because they were poor. Now that there is imali, their character is just, true character is just coming out. So this person was just the type of person when you met them. It's just that they couldn't show it out there. Maybe because they were just trying to protect what you are starting.
But also, I think in a relationship, the more the time that you guys spend, you've fallen in love with this lady. You guys, the relationship is going on okay. But now there is growth within. When you see your partner upgrading themselves and trying to make strides to live a better life, don't be stagnant. I think this is where it fails everything. When if you are just sitting there, not making your own moves, not adapting to the new changes, then you're soon not going to be the type.
You see, you're right there, but you see, we go back to what you've mentioned in previous episodes about the involvement of life. Kudala, you would marry your wife and she just comes and sits at home and takes care of the kids. She doesn't look at any perspective. I want to do this, I want to achieve this. Women really never went to even further their education. Why? Because it was considered good. A woman is supposed to be at home and take care of the kids. But that has changed today. If you check, a very good percentage of women today are going further with their education. Yeah. And we've got women bus drivers, we've got women train drivers, we've got women lawyers, we've got women CEOs. So saying I'm a 50-50 now when it comes to how life sets a man and a woman. Kudala, it was easy to even lend up a type. That's what I'm trying to say. It did not even matter, maybe. Why? Because why would you even want to ask about a type? Because Mfazi sit at home. There's no need to upgrade in any skill because you're going to be at home. And our grandmothers were fine with that. They would sit at home and not worry and not want to improve anything because they know you are like a hen. You just have to take care of the kids and they are there at home. But today, it's not much challenges, bro. Why? Because it's a 50-50. People now improve themselves, as you say. Then if a woman now improves themselves and they are now a better person than you from the day you met, then you are no longer their type. And there's nothing as difficult for them though to have a woman who is better her life while you have been together and now she's at a better position than you. And when you're just sitting there and probably she's now earning more. She's now driving a better car. She manages to get a loan and the house is even in her name. Bro, you'll be putting your tail in the S. Yeah. And again, she's no longer your type. Or you're no longer her type.
You're no longer her type. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So, it's one again to mention.
No, yabana close situation where as a guy, there's nothing, but it will shift the balance of power there in. Because if nuclear level you won, but no omni art, when ube movement, when as a guy you're not making strides to make any money or to do anything, you are soon going to be told what to do. I once saw a post a person was asking if the woman is earning money, is the only one that's working in the house, then who's supposed to cook? Is that woman supposed to come from work and then go and stand there in the kitchen and cook while she's making the money? So that's the kind of balance shifting of power that's gonna happen. When as a man you will have to adjust to certain things, and then you are going to lose some privileges of what you could contribute in terms of even the conversation. You can't say, okay, we need to change the couch. I don't like that couch. With what money are you suggesting that with? Are you trying to say this woman must change that couch from money that's going to come from her pocket? So you don't have much things to say. I've got personal stories of people that are surrounding me of this same kind of situations where they see their men as sort of being almost useless, and it's putting a strain on the relationship now. But we underdika lo ute what kai. Siphinde siye kule type where a woman is a church kind of woman who goes to church, who's so pious and such. A man is a drunk, goes to tavern, go to Kiriva, like Helen. And then, but you see resilience of women, and when they want to make a relationship work.
Hey, but you have to be very careful. She might tolerate you being this type of guy, but when she's fed up, there's nothing you can say about it, bro. When she's fed up. And I think it's only women are designed. Man, women can actually tolerate a nuisance of a guy.
Yeah.
But is it tolerating a nuisance of a guy, or is them hoping for something in this?
I think partly they are not hoping for anything, but by nature, women are nurturers. When they see something broken, they want to fix it. They want to nurture it into something that could.
In the matter, what do men do when they see something broken?
No. We men run away from broken things. They're not so much of fixers. So partly of that, women, they're like, you find a woman with a certain guy, they're like, hey, I see this woman seeing this useless of a guy. You keep asking yourself that, but now they've got that soft side with them that wants them. They notice all of those flaws from that guy, but still the nature in them wants them to nurture the guy.
But don't rule out age. Not when they're in their prime.
Okay, let me listen.
Not when they're in their prime. You can't be a nuisance of a guy and think a 22, 23-year-old woman will tolerate you. She's got a very busy schedule to look at nursing your
nonsense.
Nah, she can't. The schedule is so tight.
Is it because she's got a lot of types?
Yeah. Or she's a type of a lot of people.
Okay, correct.
Yeah.
I got you.
Because I was reading this article in City. I don't know which country they were referring to. In that country, a woman who is curvy and a big butt can have a better life than a woman who's got a degree. While you are busy pursuing a degree, thinking you'll get a job and all, there's this woman who's just curvy and a nice butt. She'll get the best, she'll pick the big fish within the guys. And there, boom, she's staying in Campsport. With nothing, no form of education, but just she's a type.
Yeah.
To this particular big fish. One. Of which that does not work with us in the Zamachite, because I don't know, you can go to the gym and have a six-pack, but no, we died, that won't sustain a relationship, because financial muscle at some point, money talks.
Money talks. You find a guy with a big stomach like this. Dating your type, Wayne. You know, when we were at high school back in the day, there were a certain type of girls in our schools that were like pursued after by a lot of guys because they were beautiful. They had almost everything, kind of. But now, them nerds, Mzo who had afro and they were looking scruffy. You were not even considering to go to those girls because those girls wouldn't even get an attention to you.
Exactly.
But now, they were dating all of these cool boys there who come from maybe families with money and such. That is fine. But you find these guys, they are very stupid at school. Now, you find the only attention a guy like Mzo is gonna get is like, No. Can he do my homework? Can you help me with this math problem? Now, what that does to you is, the only way for you to get attention, because you don't have money, just focus on these books. It's the only time that a girl's gonna come and sit next to you just to listen to you talking, because you are explaining a mathematics problem there. Now, what happens later in life? You prosper because you focused on the books. The people who were distracted and looking up and going after girls, they don't make it in life. Now, all of a sudden, you are a type now.
That's why, I was hoping and praying that you actually go that direction. I didn't know if your setup was also the same as how our setup was. It was but now I was going to say it on the other side of it. There were these girls that were not so cheesy in class at school. You'd find she's not a yellow bone. I don't know this perspective.
They were snobbish.
Yeah. No, not snobbish. But is this just a simple girl?
Okay.
Like, if you take today's situation, there's some girls at high school, they have nails, they have Brazilian in grade 12. Then there's this other one, probably, I don't know. She's just an ordinary girl. She's got freehand plating on her hair. Yeah, she's just an ordinary girl in a proper school bag and nothing much fancy.
Okay.
If you check later in life, those girls that no one looked at, and it gave them, I don't know if it gave them strength to actually concentrate much on their schoolwork.
Yeah, because they don't have much distraction.
Yeah, they don't have much distraction. Whereas this one with the weave and nails and all that, she's got a lot on her plate. Even in our school leavers, we are even there. I'm sorry to say this, but you find yourself even wanting these young girls, and at times, even when schools are closed, you might find them in the tavern because, they are there, like the nails, and it allows them to be in those places. And that other one, she can't even go there because
the means don't allow.
Yeah. But it pushes her to actually concentrate more on her schoolwork.
Yeah.
And later in life, you find, there they are.
But then there's a mismatch in the fact that, we got all of these guys. Let's say for the 100 guys who are in that high school of yours, and 100 women who are in that high school of yours, 10 women are being the only ones that are being pursued because of all of these nails and everything that you're talking about. Now, few guys have got access to all of the women, even the women who are not the Brazilian, the normal one. What word you use? How were you putting them? The one who had plaited hair like that. They also want those few guys, those few cool guys there. So there's so much supply for these guys, and so much demand for these women. You, Wayne, as just a scruffy boy, you are not going for another scruffy woman. You also want that other slaying girl there in that school. Why are you not concentrating on your type?
Which is my type?
The type is a scruffy person like yourself.
No, as long as Funinde is a man.
This is the thing. Also, that scruffy girl does not want you. She wants that other cool guy.
You're actually reminding me. Have you ever been in a situation where the situation that you mentioned, I don't know, girls come through to your place, then you call a machita just to balance. Then when automatically there's one girl you look at and you feel like, this is my type.
Okay.
Then you are crying, you are drinking, but that girl, you can see she laughs more to this guy's jokes and she's got a drink. And she goes to that guy, can you open for me? Even skipping you here. And when they are thinking she's your type, but you can see, she's like, and bro, you can see it, you can see it, man. As much as I'm into this girl, that's why now, Soy was telling me, prior times, when you get to that situation where you are called for backup, now you've got 6 girls and 6 guys, wait till you see who is thinking you are their type. Because before you know it, if you try and target the one who is not gonna be thinking you are the same type, it's gonna affect everything. Why? Because if you pursue that one, you get rejected. And now you were already seeing there was hope with this one, but you thought, no, this is not my type. Now for you to make a somersault and turn from there and come back
Go for something else. Hey.
and now this woman is saying,
It might just not happen. Hey.
Oh, Zoe was also telling me that, when you see a group of women, don't just rush to that one who is so beautiful and say, this is my type. Go and crack jokes to that one who is ugly. Yeah, so that she feels, she thinks you're a good guy. But then later on, through her, you now show your interest in the other one.
Yeah, but why do women also on the other hand, they like doing this? There'll be just one girl who absorbs all of the other attention. The other girls will just be regular girls in that circle of friends, and they always do that. I'm not sure if they avoid competition. And right now, it makes every guy now is gonna want that one girl. And then how are the other girls gonna feel? Eventually, it's gonna get boring. It's gonna be like, nah, this is nonsense.
It's only good for that girl knowing that all the attention is on her.
Is on her.
But now it distorts everything when now all the other girls. Because I've mentioned this before in other podcasts that when we do this podcast, we do a bit of research. Not much, but I go and have a chat with people in the society, how they feel about certain situations. And I remember I asked a number of girls how they feel when they go out. They want to make sure they are on point. I know I might be crushed if I mention this, but now I think basically women do that to go and show off to men.
Do what? They dress up?
Yeah.
But who notices more girls than guys? They notice with each other. But now the only thing that men might notice if they've got these bum shots that are showing the buttocks and ribs almost revealing.
Who do they do that for?
For guys.
Exactly.
But the dress up is for each other.
What do you mean for each other?
No, when they dress to sort of kind of like be the it girl kind of amongst themselves, but amongst guys, it has to be the bump shots and stuff to get attention.
Yeah. Why? Because if you check women's fashion as it evolves, at every given point, it has to reveal part of the body. Whatever, there was that skirt called a leg out. It comes up the here. Then there's a crop top. It shows head, flat tummy. Then there's a bum shot, shows the bum. You are telling me they're just wearing for themselves?
With the dress up. They dress up to sort of outwit each other in fashion. They are more fashionable. Because we don't notice women's fashion as guys. But we notice the assets that pertain to what we want.
And if you check the hip hop videos and all that, they've got the most views on YouTube. Why? Because it's got
those ladies.
Yeah. You know. So there's something about this thing of nudity and all that. It's a type.
It's a type on its own.
It's a type on its own.
It's funny how you would go. Let's say now, if you were to go to your village where you come from, they knew you as that boy was just growing up there. Now, when you come back, like a lot of people who are going to give you more attention, who never gave you attention before, who couldn't give you attention, simply because you've upgraded yourself and made yourself to be to be the to sort of maybe the pressure works on both ways. The more you get attention is the more you do more of what gives what gets you attention. What I'm trying to say is if a person
now.
I'm trying to say if a person says, "Hey, Wayne, you look good in that cap and that what's that and those loose pants of yours."
No,
and you're like,
it's actually
yes, Prada. Yeah, in that Prada of yours, you look good. The next time you are encouraged now to do more of that same thing, to look more of that kind, and then it's because when you get that compliment that something suits you, then you go more for those kinds of things, and the more you get more likes, kind of, is the more you do something.
This is why we have social media today. Yeah, you post a picture and you expect to get likes.
Yeah.
So you take 50 pictures, you delete 40 and remain with 10. You delete and edit, then you remain with 1. You put it on Facebook and you get 2 likes.
After all that effort. Talking about that social media, can people actually see their types on social media?
Yes. Baba, check. Those women who just post a video, a reel, dancing and they move. There's this, go to TikTok and search for a girl called Cool Zinzi. Cool Zinzile. Her videos, they've got, I think, she's on 20 million views. She doesn't talk, she doesn't do anything.
What does she do?
She just, like, her breasts, and she turns around her butt. Maybe just for 15 seconds. Most of her videos, she's just smiling and there's this one, there was a challenge where you had to shake your breasts, then turn around and, you shake your butt, then you turn around, then you shake your breasts, then you just move from the clip. There was a challenge like that. She's got about 20 million views.
Yeah.
Go to the comments, Baba.
Nah.
Every guy wants a piece of Cool Zinzil. I was one of them.
I knew this was coming.
I don't know. I always find it on my timeline where...
But your algorithm has already picked up what you like, and it's gonna suggest more of what you click on.
And then that's how it works. I remember Sydney telling me that. When I said I want to visit him in Germany, then he says, "But don't keep on searching for flights to Germany." I don't know if it made sense what you were saying. Harry, it can actually enhance my prices with our new.
Yeah, true.
When they see the algorithm, the constant inquiry of the rates to fly to Germany.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, but you see now, also I think people, especially on social media, they look on assets, like what you have. Especially women gauge on what a guy is. If you go there and you say, you say, "Hi, beautiful," on someone's inbox, they will go to your profile and check who you are. It's like, he has got flimsy pictures that were shot by a Mobicel kind of phone. He's like, nah, this guy's not my type. Based on the fact that uvele ne pictures pa usela ingudu ye Black Label phansi eshushu nalapho, and they're like, nah, this guy's not my type.
This guy was saying, "I don't want people with Mobicel at my wedding because I don't like pictures." Ezingathi zizoveza umkhonyane ngathi siyazisola ke ngoku. When you see a Mobicel picture, umkhonyane ngathi uyazisola ngoku. Don't nisifake kuyo because of a Mobicel picture.
Yeah, but you see, for a guy to win in terms of this type thing, every guy that's got money is almost every woman's type, because money is the type for almost all women, as far as I've seen.
Remember, we did abusive relationship.
Yeah.
If you can go and check abusive relationship, it's around 15, 16. I don't know, I think it was around one of the early episodes. Most of the women we interviewed, we actually went around and did a bit of interview with women as to what type of, the question was, what's their take in terms of a man who is abusive, but unstable financially, like they're provider, but he's abusive. They all said, I rather Dikale sitting in a Range Rover than sitting in a Kia Picanto or whatever. I'd rather be in a Range Rover. It's better that way. So I'm actually supporting the fact that when I was saying good, money will always talk when it comes to a woman's type. Unfortunately, I know you've mentioned that. I don't want women to now look at our podcast and think we always want to crush women, but no, not really. But it was designed like that. I think that women, when they look at a man to bring into their life, it has to be somebody who is stable. Hence, a 25-year-old woman can date a 40-year-old guy. She's looking for stability. She's looking for stability.
Correct.
Why? Because if she's 25, a 27-year-old guy, he hasn't done much in life to be stable and also be able to take care of a 25-year-old when they have a 2-year difference. They're basically the same category. You might have not bought a car, not because Agafun anymore, but he hasn't, the financial muscle is not allowing. You still need to work, you still need to save, you still need to also take care of yourself, you need to dress up. But now, probably at 35 going up, you've done most of these things. You are now basically also doing most of corrections of what you didn't do right in your prime.
Yes, Kulendo, talking about this, especially these points that you're bringing up about finance and the guy not being at that level in terms of finance because he hasn't worked much, he hasn't accumulated much. So when I think there's a lot of mishaps happening where you find a guy pressured. I see a lot at South Point, where these guys with polos and stuff. You see that these polos he might have taken it yesterday from the dealer,
like rent.
Let's say maybe buying or renting or whatever the case. But now, because of the pressure of how people, how you will get attention from girls, and then you see there at South Point there. A guy stops with the polo next to women. It's like, roll down the windows. Hi, ladies, where are you guys going? Do you guys want a lift? The girls will give their attention because these things, they show, it's a showcase of success of some kind, which is much sought after by a lot of people and a lot of women. They're like, no, this guy's made. I'll be on a polo, especially when as a student, there's a whole lot of struggling there in that student life where they want a guy who's going to supply. But now we're not talking about this too much. The point that I'm trying to drive towards is that these girls, they don't know what success is. There's a facade kind of success. Those guys are not successful. This guy's paying, he's a junior worker there who got pressured by his friends to go and take a car. And he's a ticking time bomb. In a few years' time, this girl is going to find out that, this nigga is broke. But now, by the time that she finds out, this guy would have had his way in the cookie jar already.
Probably made her pregnant already.
Made her pregnant and moving right along. But by the time that she discovers that the guy doesn't have money, it might just be too late for her. And for guys out there, stop showcasing. Stop showing that you have money. Stop this thing. You're putting yourself at a trap. You're going to find someone who's coming there to you, not with good intentions, but with just intentions of having money. Which is why you see a lot of this divorce rate. Is because these are people that met for wrong reasons, for different reasons, and they lie to each other. This woman is lying to say that he's loving that polo guy. That polo guy is lying to this woman that he's got money. She thinks she's in the gravy train. And then this guy is like, and then it's going to be disaster.
But you see, it's unfortunate, man, for us as black people. A lot has happened in our life from 1,000 years till today. If it was not slavery, if it was not colonialism, if it was not apartheid, if it was not exploitation, we faced all this as black people. Now when we think, we are pressured to be where we don't even belong. Look at Matlanga Commission. They are busy stealing those madalas just to be where they are not supposed to be. But you see, he needs to cover up a gap of what is not. Yeah. You see, so I was just trying to say to you, as much as we are giving them advice, them black boys there at South Point going to take a polo, you don't even have a proper accommodation, but there you are in a polo, poof, 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 with sound. But you see, we are pressured by where we are coming from, which in the whole clan, no one had a polo. You want to start yourself to have that polo. But before you know it, it will mess up everything. You now have 5 baby mamas, baby mama drama. The polo, but women, these guys with polos, they are broke ass niggas.
Well, you are saying it better.
Half the time, they don't even have enough. You should go to the garage, you see a guy with a polo pouring 50 to 50 rand petrol. I'm telling you, because there's pressure when they get that money. Yeah, you were 2 weeks from salary. Because the clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking.
They have to be at Rise, they have to be at, what's that other place? Walanga, they have to be there. They need to wear Gucci, they need to wear Prada. Because they want to be a type. We are talking about the type.
They want to be
a type. So Linda by a type. At times we have to be very careful when it comes to a type. So, in closing, what should we don't really want to advise people in this, in our podcast. We want to just say things.
Put a topic out there and
then
just...
It's up to, because we are not Dr. Phil or anything, or Steve Harvey who would give you an advice. We just say it as it is, as how we see it happening in the streets of Mzansi. But in summary, Lendo a type, and I think people should desist from thinking they have a certain type or a group of people that they feel they belong to their type of lifestyle. Basically by looking at people from the outside and you feel, no, this is my type. This is where in the end you discover, no, this person is a wolf in a sheep's clothes. Lenda by a type. Be very careful when you look for a type.
Yeah.
So, not really advising, but what should we tell people to do if we are saying they should not look for a type?
So, personally, from me, Wayne, this is what I would say. We are all, we've all been put on earth for purposes that we don't know. You first need to discover yourself, and then we all found ourselves here. Okay, where do I want to drive my life towards? Before I even start to pull somebody into my mission. Because what you tend to get is that I take somebody's child, put them closer to me. They've got a different mission from what I have. I want to go and live in Miami there by the beach and roll off and just have a good time. They just want to be family people who want to go and sit in the rural areas with all cattle and maybe long big garden there and stuff. So you take someone, you want them to align to your life purpose. But how are they going to align to your life purpose? One of you must give up what they want to do in order to achieve what you want to achieve. But you first need to know yourself before you go around looking for your type outside there.
What are those people? What speakers? Motivational
speakers.
They always try. They say you need to. first thing you need to find yourself.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, nigga, please. What do you mean I'm here? Find myself where?
But that's not what they mean. What they mean is you find what makes you tick in life. Where do you want to drive your life towards? When you're alone, it might be easy for you to drive yourself towards what you want. But now if you pull somebody else closer to you in the name of and all of such, you might be losing your direction. You might be moving in the wrong direction, going in the direction of that type of yours. Because I'm sure, just touching back on all of, each one of us has got like a number of exes. What made it not work? Because you were so sure that person is the one. What made them not to be the one now?
And I think also, will it be a fair statement to say most of divorces is actually when a situation arises where you thought this was your type, and later on when you are in it, you discover, well, this could have been my type, but this is not the person I'm supposed to be with.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But the idea of this was your type of being you want in your life, made you to draw the person to you. But as you progress, you discover, no, this is not exactly what I want in a relationship. Whereas, if we could shelve Linda fully type and look at the person, the inner side of the inner version of the person, we might find ourselves stabilizing our relationships. Because now, I think this thing about type, because I remember there's this girl I know from Kokomika. There's this guy I chill with the times with Kokomika. The guy likes to buy bottles and go carrying bottles from the counter. Yeah, Hennessy. And the other day, this girl was talking to me. Wayne, there's that friend of yours. Hey, Lamfana Unimaj. Well, I said, why would you do my well, it touched me, why? Because I could see clearly I'm thinking, why should you think Lamfana Unimaj? Oh, that guy is always buying bottles. Buys bottles, that guy. But hey, that guy, if you go to his house. Hey, Baba. Okay, I don't want to go into details. But that guy was so against niggas in pressure buying bottles. And he's now a type for a lot of...
He's a type for a lot of people.
But now, this is what we're talking about today. He has made a lot of people to believe that he's a type.
It's the impression, yeah.
He's showcased this... that is this type of being who can just splash on expensive bottles. And now, a woman will fall for that, or let's not say a woman, or anybody else will fall for that. Then later on, you discover, this is not exactly what I wanted. Then, boom, probably you have a child, you have two, then...
I think I was once that type of guy at some point in my life.
What were you doing at that?
No, buying all sorts of these expensive bottles and stuff and whatnot.
No, but when I'm so... I'll support you on that one. All the time that you've done that when you're with me, it's usually you do it for a machita.
Yeah, I'm not doing it to impress women or something.
Yeah.
And no.
So there's a bit of a difference there. But you see, tell me, those clubs where when you buy a bottle, you get these women coming carrying the bottle with it.
I'm a Cubana.
What's the impression there? What are they showcasing there?
No, I think that thing is a marketing strategy to encourage other people to do the same. And now, if you're stupid enough, you will buy that bottle all just to have those girls in miniskirts singing for you and coming with all the stuff, and you get all of that small attention for a few seconds. And now you would like that, you would love that, so that next time again, when you come again, you want to do the same thing. I mean, people crave attention. They like to feel important. It's not. I don't get it. I don't get it. There was this one time. I think I was with Umora Rents. So we bought this bottle. This guy is saying to me, "Hey, Chief," and I just take the bucket and I'm leaving. He's like, "Hey, Chief, this qualifies you to have these tickets to go get to the VIP. Go to the VIP there." He gives me tags, the VIP tags, and I'm like, "Nah, I don't want to go and sit in the VIP. Go to the other side." We gave those VIP things to the other guy. I mean, like, if it was somebody else who likes attention, then we were like, really, I'm going to be like one of those important guys there. So you go there, the other people are on the other side of the fence. You all feel so important that you are a person who has a lot of money. And then the girls that are in that VIP area, they feel like all of these people that are here are our types. He must be loaded with money, this guy. But, well, I just bought a bottle and by some fluke, I got those tickets. I went there by fluke, not by affording to be at VIP. You get me? So some girl might just look at you at the VIP and be like, "No, that's one of the guys with a lot of moolah, and stuff." You see? But now you are making a wrong impression to people.
As I mentioned before, it's us, black people. I've been to white people's social places. There's no this thing of VIP and all that. Everything is equal.
Yeah. And that's selling good to your black label. Nothing fancy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's white.
I think that's another. It's a topic for another day, but it's more on conspicuous spending of black people, largely black people, because we want to make an impression. There was this, I don't want us to derail and get off topic, but there was this one guy where I've a research that was done by 80/20 where they discovered that black people, they looked at the salaries of how black family households spend. Find out they spend their salary largely on gadgets and clothes, less on food, and very less on health. But now, when you look at the white counterparts, the white side of the society, they spend a lot on health. Their salary on health.
It's a must.
It's on food. It's on good food.
You have medical aid.
Yeah, they spend their a large portion of their salaries go to those
white people. Even a dog gets medical aid
for gadgets and clothes. They spend minimal. So I asked this other friend of mine, he said, "What do you think this is happening?" When we're doing the research around this, just to get a street interviews, the guy is like, nobody knows. Anybody can see what you're wearing, but they cannot see what you ate. You can eat star rice there at your house, but now it's not embarrassing, which is why people in there, like this guy you're talking about, in public, he's something else. He's like Mr. Madlisa. But now at home, you're like, hey, this guy, he could have, he bet you his cap. And then we got again with Chengi Hennessy all the time and such. But again, that's a topic for another day. But we highlight this part so that people can have a good discernment when they look at people. Don't gauge a person by what you see on the facade that, oh, this is my type, this is my that, or that's the case. And talking about the type, there's another topic that we may have missed is that by association. A type by association. You see it at a certain girl, uchomene group, a club by Ambakoma Cubani, you're like, nah. No, uchomene no banbani, and then, because by association, you get to be categorized. And then people say, those girls. Now, instead, you are not singling that one girl that you like, but now you're binding her with that group dynamic.
And
It
they
happens
say-
also even with guys.
And they say birds of the same feathers flock together.
We can, Wayne. I mean, you sit around uchomene namakinza, uhlale nawe endaweni eyi-one, but does it make you ikinza?
Not really.
Not really. But zezinye ze-blind spots ezisingakwazi use understand. Where when we make decisions about who we want to date, we categorize them according to these things, and then we correct a certain type as our own types.
The thing of wanting to fit in.
Of wanting to fit in, you see.
You mentioned something, what? Four.
Huh?
Four more. There's something.
Form of fear of missing out.
Doesn't it also come there?
Yeah. I think that's also that. There are some people that even now, I mean, I've seen trends where people are like, no, you are a certain kind, you resemble a certain kind of personality that cannot be dated by some people. I told you, you are too serious. I know a guy who was not dated simply because he was too clean. That woman was like, no. So that guy kept coming there. That girl was giving this guy attention. The third time that guy comes, that woman was like, no. Hi. You indoda clean, ufiki clean okokoko, clean yonke into, then zipho yonke into. That woman was like, piss off.
Yeah, but I've heard that from various women when I'm so.
Yeah.
They seem not to really fancy a guy who's too much on point. I mean, clean.
Too many details.
Shaved. I mean, too clean, man. Yonke into be clean. That times made a bit scratch again. Smell a bit of sweat then.
Okay.
We on what?
Yeah, I think yes, nice song.
Song.
And then, okay, guys, this was about types, and then I hope it gives you something to think about, and then we are really going to ruminate these things one by one and keep bringing them to you guys, and all of these topics. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.
Yes, it's always Sagas of Couplehood. We do a bit of research and come back and talk about it. As I always say that we don't give advice when we do these things. It's most of the things that people try and shy away and not discuss about, like Lindema type. And you don't even know, probably you are busy krapa behind a certain type, which will turn out to be something else different when you get the type. So we talked about it. It might make sense to you. It might assist you when next you look at a type. This is what we do. And as always, it's DJ Wicked Nomzo. Bye-bye.
Peace.